What's up, nail geeks, and welcome to a Temu review part 1. I know I have been promising a Temu review for quite some time, and complete honesty, I have purchased a ton of Temu stuff over the last couple of months, and I mentioned it on my dip powder review or tutorial, I guess, that I had a small little dragon's hoard to show you guys what I bought essentially. And weirdly enough, ironically, luckily, I'm always fortunate when people reach out to want to work with me. Temu themselves actually reached out to me and wanted me to do some reviews of their products, and hello, I'm here for that. So I have so much products to show you guys, but before we get started with the review part of the video, I will have a link below in the description box for the Temu app if you haven't downloaded yet. If you're interested in anything I'm going to show you guys, or if you haven't checked it out, it's basically a massive, huge overseas company that has all kinds of stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff. There's so much on there. If you sign up with them and make an account, you can get $100 in coupons to your account immediately as a new customer. And of course, you can always use my code to join 5679 if you would like to. With that aside, back to my review. So essentially, I was asked to review nail polish stuff, beauty stuff, and then some random stuff that I picked out. I was allowed to go shopping, and I picked out a ton of stuff. So much stuff. So what I'm gonna do, just because 99% of you are here for nail polish stuff, and I completely respect that, but we are gonna kind of deviate from that just a little bit, and I have some other cool stuff to show you guys that I ordered. I think it's really good content. Temu is basically, you can order anything on there. There's so much stuff, and it's really cheap, honestly. Like, cheap as in affordable, I guess. A lot of it is just really good prices, and completely honest, I think it's a hit or miss sort of thing. I personally, in the orders that I've made some big ones before Temu contacted me outside of this video. I have had probably 90% of the stuff I've ordered had been completely awesome. I love them to pieces. And then there's a couple stuff here and there that have been kind of missed. You know, they were just a little flimsy or whatever. In this video, I'm going to go over the nail stuff that I got. And then the next video, I'll have some more nail stuff to show you guys. And then we'll go through some quickie stuff of the beauty things they wanted me to review. And then I'll also mention the more random things. So because of that, I'm going to record this a little bit differently than what I normally do, where I show you guys my face, I talk to you, I say hi, and then I go over the review process. But I wanted to actively watch the playback of what I'm doing while I talk to you guys. That way I can pause what I'm saying, and it's completely just in your face. You can see my facial expressions and all that, because the Temu team did really stress they wanted me to be honest. So I'm gonna be honest. What I'm gonna show you guys is me building basically a false nail, and then we're gonna go over a bunch of the nail art stuff. So I'm rambling. Let's get started with the review. First here, we're gonna take a look at the nail tips that I got. These are pre-cut, they're pre-shortened, which I really appreciated. And I love that it came in its own little plastic container. Now, I will say 100%, these are not wide load nails approved. 100% not. My thumbs are always a good litmus test for whether or not a brand or type of nail tips are going to fit, and these did not. I had to file the sides of my thumbnail quite a bit in order to get it to fit, and I ended up having to do a really strong coffin look, which we'll get to in a moment. So if you have normal, not wide load nail beds, you could probably definitely get away with these. Now, the next thing is this acrylic beginner's set. This has instructions on the side. It's got a little bit of instructions on the back, and then it comes with this really, in my opinion, vague instruction booklet. So it comes with the monomer. It comes with clear acrylic powder, pink acrylic powder, and white acrylic powder, a dappen dish, files, free forms, which I'm not a fan of because they're really flimsy and very sticker-like, and it comes with the brushes. So kind of everything you need. It doesn't include the hardcore filing things, or it doesn't come with a Dremel either, which you're going to need to file the hell out of your nails, very similar to dip powder. But this is not an acrylic tutorial video. I am not qualified to do that, but I wanted to play around with this because to me it's a little similar to dip powder, and I wanted to mess with it. So with PBE coming up, I wanted to have a full set. I want all 10 of my nails done because right now my left hand, I don't have anything. I don't grow them out either because that's my toddler feeding hand. But yeah, I wanted to see if this was going to be quicker than me doing dip powder on my dominant hand. So you can see here, it actually worked with the tips. Everything worked out really nice, and I like that those tips were pre-cut outside of them being way too small for my nails, at least my thumbs, but this worked. I want to also note too that if you have littles in your house, that this monomer is really stinky. Like, it's really powerful. Now, keep in mind, I haven't been to a nail salon in a very, very long time, but this is very strong. I do remember that a nail salon stinks. Well, stinks, you know, it's got a really high odor, but I definitely feel like this was really strong. So I had to immediately open a window and have a fan behind me to blowing all that stuff out. That's kind of why I think I'm going to stick to my dip powder. But otherwise, this was a really cool experience that I got to mess with and kind of see if this was something for me. Now here you can see what it looks like completely filed. I've done my Dremel. I've done the a more hardcore, my 180 grit file. I didn't use the one in the kit because it's small. Wide load nails, okay? Like, I need a whole mile to file with. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And then I didn't like how dull they were though, and I was going to use it for swatching here in a second. So I went ahead and applied a layer of my dip powder top coat, and I really liked it. Here I have some nail foils. At least I think, if I remember correctly, these were nail foils. I don't remember getting the nail foil glue, but we will definitely have to look to that later. If I get the glue in the second package, I haven't even opened up the second package yet, but I do like that this also came with its own little organizer. Now these things right here, these little nail protectors are fantastic. If I would have known that there was only 10 in there, I would have ordered a ton more. Lately, I started having an allergy either to my cuticle remover or to the latex when I was doing nail art for the Maniology video. I don't know what it was, but something caused me to break out again on my fingers. So I don't know, that really scared me, and I don't want to find out because I don't want to break out for swatching, obviously. But these are little lifesavers if you need something that's not latex. I wish there was more. I wish you could buy these in bulk, but these are like $1, I think. And yeah, I think when I order my swatch sticks to replenish my Willet topper stuff, I think I'll be ordering a ton more of these. I could not figure out, I'm so embarrassed, but I had to get a good laugh out of it. I couldn't figure out how to put them on, which is very silly. Treat them like medical tape, like the stretchy gauze stuff, and it stuck on really, really nice. And you can see I kind of figured it out here. And the more I mess with it, the more I was able to figure out, okay, you know, stick it on there, whatever. So those are really, really cool. I really liked those. Then we are going to start off with the burnishing powders. There was so much. This one caught my eye because it looks like straight up Spectra Flare to me. And I was like, I'm here for this. This is awesome. I am allergic to gels, as I mentioned in the dip powder video. Now, gel polish just awful immune response in my fingers to it, so I am using a bit of a cheat here. I am using Baroness X's burnishing powder, and if you are not familiar, she carries this top coat. It's awesome. You can use all kinds of gel products that are like this, special effects on your nails. Just let it dry down for, I think, 20-30 seconds. Let it get a little foggy and you're good. Now, in all out fairness, I did not wait for that top coat or my black cream polish to dry down at all. So applying this was a bit of a nightmare, but I wanted it to be like a first impression sort of thing. So I kept it, and I just decided to go ham, and I just packed that rainbow stuff on there. If you follow me on Instagram, this is the abomination that I made. Now, the other thing I picked out was these really cool rhinestones. I love that these come in their own little case too, which is very nice if you have a hoard of nail art crap like I do. So I'm just using a glossy, quick dry glossy top coat. This one's Glisten and Glows. Again, it's an abomination. I think this is probably the tackiest thing I've done to my nails. And it was too much. And that's saying something from me because I like too much. Too much is my favorite. But this is something else. Regardless, you can see that the holographic powder is really cool. It's very strong. And the rhinestones are very sparkly. They're not those cheaper ones where it's got like a foggy look to it. These are super sparkly. And then peeling off that wonderful little barrier there, you can see how nice it looks. Like, the cleanup was minimal, and I love those protectors so much. Now up next, we've got this palette. I was obsessed with these chrome palettes, the little swatches that they have on the website. And I was like, I need to order this. I need to try it because it's a different color that's not silver or gold. And I'm here for it. So this time I waited for my black cream to fully dry, and I also waited for that Baroness X top coat to dry down enough that I could burnish the powder. And you can see how pigmented these are. They all worked really great. They blended really well too. The only thing I would say here is that the rose gold was not as pigmented. It didn't feel as rich and creamy of a pigment as the others did. But you want to use a bit of a fine hand in order to do this, and you get that nice chromy looking effect. It's really, really cool. 10 out of 10. I liked this. If I see any more of these, I might grab them. Now, when you finish off with using pigments like this and the way it blends and everything, you are going to get that strong metallic finish. You are going to get a tiny bit of a mirror-like finish. You want to finish off with a really good glossy top coat. Otherwise, it's going to buff off. Make sure you seal that up. Really cool. The palette was awesome. The holographic powder, maybe it could have been user error on my part, or that it was actually a loose pigment sort of situation, not a burnishing type. I don't know. So this next one we've got here is a glitter. I honestly forgot what this was supposed to do, and I was like, is it a burnishing powder? Is this a loose thing? I don't think I ordered dip, but I realized it's a burnishing glitter. So this was really cool. This is kitchen sink at its finest. It's got this gorgeous Aurora powder glow, but it's the glitter that's doing that. So this like luminescent bluish purple shift. And then it's got this glittery sparkle effect. It looks holographic at the same time. And there's so much going on in the best way possible. Now, this is not a powder. This was actually like a really fine particle flat glitter. So when you burnish it, you're making like a layer of it, like chainmail, if you will. So really cool. I liked this one a lot. That was a surprise love for me. Maybe not a surprise. I'm a big glitter fan, so I liked this one a lot. But really nice. And then, of course, finish off with a glossy top coat to make those glitters sing. Now, the next thing I had was the gold chrome burnishing powder. I wasn't too much of a fan of this one. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't super mirror-like effect. It wasn't very reflective looking. That's not what I thought it was. It's just very chrome, like an antique gold chrome. And I don't particularly care for this type of gold on myself. So I didn't like this one a whole lot, but it did perform really well, as you can see there with the burnishing powder. And then the next was, this one was supposed to be a silver chrome pigment, a burnishing pigment for gels. Again, same thing. I didn't really care for it. The particle size to the powder was larger, and I found that it just burnished kind of wrong. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't really in your face. This might work with maybe a lighter color, but I just wasn't a fan. I don't think it was as dramatic of effect as I think burnishing powders should be. So the next one, I was really excited to see a protectant seal on. I'm always looking for things like that. And I loved this one. This is that holographic powder I was going for. So you can see on this nail and then my pinky nail here in just a moment that I put the Baroness X top coat on all 5 of my fingers, and this, you're going to see some gaps here, is complete user error because I should have just done 1 or maybe 2 fingers at a time. I think the top coat dried down a little too much, so it wasn't sticking evenly, but if I did it correctly, you can see here how beautiful that is. That is straight up CD disc gorgeousness. It's really intense, and that hollow flame is fantastic, even in my studio lights. So in the sunshine, that is going to be bananas in how strong it is. And then this one's another chrome powder. I liked this one a lot more. I felt like it was more pigmented than, say, those first two that I did. You can see on the brush there in a moment that, or the makeup sponge, which PS, these do come with the applicators. And it's really pigmented, and it was easy to blend these two. They performed very much like the powder that was in that quad set. So I liked this. I'm here for it. And then top coating it again with just a quick dry, it brought out that nice strong chrome effect. So I wouldn't classify it as a mirror effect, but it's super chrome effect. So now I've got some nude nails on, and I'm just going to town here. So this one was supposed to be reflective glitters, and it is 100%. But these worked more like reflective material flakes. So I realized that I couldn't burnish or like kind of rub them on, but I would treat these more as just, you know, sprinkle them over your nails or whatnot for your look. They're very sparkly. They are very reflective. So if that's your jam, 10 out of 10 recommend, but these are very textured. And next we've got some nail art stickers. I liked these a lot. I liked that they were so flush against your nail once you put it on that you didn't really have like, you know, that kind of lopsidedness between, you know, having a sticker on your nails that you have to maybe use some glitter grabber for or something. But these are very thin. But because they're very thin, they break easily. So if you're gonna try something like this, I would recommend going in super light, which is what I had to do here. And I like that it's very reflective, true metal looking appearance. So it's almost like hardware for your nails, but it's a sticker. So I appreciated that. These are really cool, and I think you can do a ton with these. And I like that they're so cheap too. I think one of these sheets was like 50 cents. Then the next thing we've got here are glitter strips. Now, I've mentioned before on the channel, I loathe striping tape. Nail art striping tape to me is, I hate it. I hate that stuff so much. But this doesn't apply like that. It applies almost like a nail tape. It was easy to use. It doesn't overstick, so if you mess up, it's very forgiving. And you just cut it and then you shape it how you want. It's very bendy too. So I liked this. And the sheet that you get is it starts off very skinny strips all the way up to thicker strips. So really cool. And then I can see this working for holiday nails, like peppermint nails, really well. I liked these a lot. And then finally, we've got a nail bit cleaner. These are, I've been meaning to order these for quite some time. You can't really tell, but my Dremel is on, and you just kind of, you know, gently tap it on to the brush, and yeah, you're good. So I liked that. That was really neat since I use my e-file so much. And then finally, I have what I consider the Gucci of rhinestones. If rhinestones are your jam, this kit is awesome. Now this kit thing was probably the most expensive nail piece that I ordered. I want to say this one was like 20 bucks, I want to say. But there's so much in here, and the rhinestones are so sparkly though. Again, not the foggy looking ones, and they are ranging from the really teeny tiny, adorable little tiny ones like there, all the way up to shapes. There's a gemstone shape, there's rounds, there's hearts, all kinds of stuff. Really like this specific thing. And the plastic acrylic little toolbox that it comes in is very heavy feeling. It just feels fancy. This is really nice. So can't recommend this one enough if gemstones are your jam. They're all flat, but you know, please keep in mind they're not, you know, completely flush. So yeah, you are going to get that nice texture from them. They're straight up gems, for lack of better words. Okay, so that was the majority of the nail stuff. In part 2, I will have a ton more nail stuff to show you guys, including one product that I didn't think I'd ever get my paws on, and I did get my paws on it, which is the it's like a fan or like a dust collector. That's it. It's a dust collector. I can't think, but it's a dust collector for if you're gonna do lots of filing with an e-file. Before we finish with this video, I'm gonna wrap up with just a couple of the more random non-beauty, non-nail stuff that I got, just to show you guys what else is on there, because literally if you can think of it, it's probably on there. There's so much. So this first thing is a baking thing. It's a baking silicone thing that goes on your baking sheets. And I don't know if you guys knew this about me, probably not, but I'm a big time baker. I love baking, and I've always wanted one of these for making macarons, which my oldest is obsessed with, but I didn't think I could grab them. But both of these came in a set. There's two of these. It's a macaron guide, and you can also bake cookies and all that stuff, and you're not gonna, spray Pam on your cooking sheet. I can't believe I'm talking about this stuff on my channel. How weird. But it's here, and these were $4. I got both of these for $4. You can't beat that. So I'm going to be super excited to test these out for macarons this weekend. I'm sure my oldest is going to be so thrilled that he's going to get some macarons. But the next thing, random thing to show you guys, this one shouldn't surprise you, but I recognize that I'm probably talking to like 1% of the audience watching this right now, but is a Switch game, a Nintendo Switch game cartridge holder, and it's shaped like the little Mario fun box. Let me open it here so you guys can see. My oldest likes to carry the Switch with him all over the place, especially when we go on trips and whatnot, and it's got this cute little, you can hear how nice that sounds, but you can hold 12 games in here, and I wonder if you can double up. I don't know if you can double up on it, but there's 12 games. So this is really cool if you are a gamer or your kids are gamers or anything like that. That was really cute, and yeah. And then one of the other random objects I have to show you guys is this was probably the most random thing ever. I wanted to try out toddler clothes for my youngest, and they come in one of these little zippy bags. I like to reuse these, especially when I'm on the go with the diaper bag. But I wanted to see what their toddler clothes were going to look like, because what a wild thing to get from a website like this. But they're super cute. Look at these. These are adorable. They got cookies. There's the shorts. And then they have the shirt to go with it. So these are stretchy. They're very stretchy. They're not that, I call it the tent material. A lot of the stuff like on Shein and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. It's very polyester. This doesn't feel like tent material, but it doesn't feel like cotton. It does feel like a cotton blend though, but I like them. They're super cute. And yeah, these were the 4T. My youngest is huge. He's a behemoth baby. And then the absolute last product I'm going to show you guys that I got on this video. Stay tuned for part 2. If you think this one's random, I got more random stuff for the next one. I got this cute wallet. I don't know about you guys. I feel like those of us in the indie nail polish community, we go bananas for holographic stuff. And I saw this little wallet and I was like, oh, how cute. So got a blue hollow looking thing here. Don't mind my middle finger. I broke it again. Go figure. I got this holographic wallet. It's got like a little flower and a little pearl charm dangly thing. I think it's cute. You can put cards in it and stuff. And it kind of closes like that with the little flap here. And then it's got a piece for coins. So that's cute. It's small if you're gonna go somewhere quick. I don't know if I'd use this, to be completely honest. It is a little small, and currently I'm using the Salty Bitch wallet from Polish Pickup. If you did not grab it from PPU Rewind, Stephanie does tend to do custom orders if she can grab the fabric. So just throwing that out there. So that's all I have to show you guys for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, where I have other nail related stuff, and then I have a massive amount of beauty stuff to show you guys. They asked me to review mascaras, fake eyelashes, which we'll see about that. I am not a fan of fake eyelashes, but I've got those. I've got lip glosses. I've got a ton of stuff, and then I've got some more random stuff at the end of that video to show you guys too. So let me know in the comment section, have you ordered from Temu before? Did you get any duds? Did you get anything super awesome? Let me know. At this point, it's almost a guilty pleasure for how huge my wish list is over there, which they don't really do wish lists. It's just, you kind of add it to your cart, and then you can kind of pick and choose what you're going to go to check out with. Yeah, I encourage you guys, go mess around there, go check it out. And I do have links in the description box too, in addition to my code if you want to enter that in for coupons, all that good stuff. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for sticking with me through this randomness. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.